So this is my 2016 BMW 1200 GS Adventure. It's liquid cooled. I'm just making this little video because I have it up for sale. I kind of hate to get rid of it, but I love each bike I have. I'm just trying to simplify my life, I guess. I'm getting tired of trying to maintain so many bikes, keeping track of all the maintenance, and it seems like every time I have some time off work, I have to dedicate it to fixing a bike or servicing it rather than going out and having fun. Anyways, this is an awesome bike. You probably can see the odometer. It's just a little over 11,000 miles. All of the work has been done at the BMW dealer that's near Appleton, Wisconsin. I've never really ridden this road ridden this on salty roads. Gone down some dirt roads here in Wisconsin, but this bike hasn't even left the state. Haven't done any big touring on this bike, but it's completely set up, as you could probably see from the pictures. I decided to go with a different set of panniers because I felt like they're a little bit more durable than the stock. Ended up getting a good deal on these Givi panniers and this tank bag. It's humongous. I just have it on the bike here just so when I take some pictures you guys can see it. As far as accessories go, I've done a few things, but not much. I've tried out a couple different windscreens. The stock one, wasn't that bad. I forget the brand of the other one, but I think I have it listed in the ad. I tried that for a while. I put on the, I think these are a Wunderlich brace for the windshield. And the windshield I have on right now is MRA. I like it because you can keep it pretty low profile, and the wind just barely goes over the top of my head just on this setting, and I am 6'3". It doesn't rattle and vibrate so much as some of the longer aftermarket or taller aftermarket windshields. I've added a Wunderlich plug on the side, so if somebody wants to put in whatever they want in that little hole, a switch or another BMW plug, you can. This tank bag actually clicks on, so there's no straps. I'm sitting on a Corbin seat that I haven't really taken more than a few hundred miles now, but it's like ridiculously comfortable. It's like I'm sitting on a sofa. It's heated. I haven't hooked up the heat yet, but I have a heated seat on my other bike, and it's a game changer. No more butterball turkey frozen butt cheeks after a Wisconsin ride. I should probably speed up. Speed limit is 55. I've added an Akrapovic exhaust, and it really makes the bike rip. I mean, it's in rain mode, so it just kind of dumbed it down, but oh my gosh, when you put this in dynamic, for as heavy as this bike is, it just rips. I love it. So I'm just taking a little ride out to some of curvy roads in the area and do a little bit of filming and maybe splice it into this video. What else have I added? Have some tank guards so your knees don't scratch up the side. This looks like a good road to turn, and voila, there's Mr. Policeman. So the panniers also come with the liners, which are waterproof. I have Southwest Motec bar risers on this, So it sits at a little up and a little back, so it's a little bit more comfortable for... So I've had a lot of GSs in the past. I started with the R1150 GSA. Still have that bike, and is one of my favorite to ride. It still has some of the little quirks and character of the older bikes that make motorcycling fun. You know, one thing that I haven't liked with the newer GS bikes, and it's awesome, don't get me wrong, the bike is super smooth, it shifts smooth, the suspension just feels like butter, you can adjust it. It's so versatile now that you can just push a button and adjust the suspension. But it's so refined that it's missing that character that used to come along with older bikes. Especially with the GS, you know, the clunky shifting that everyone used to complain about. Every once in a while you can still feel a little bit of the character from some of the older bikes in the new one, like a little bit of side shimmy. So I had an R100 GS. I think it was an 89. And it was crazy how inspiring it was to off-road. It just gave you so much confidence, and it was such a heavy bike. That R100 GS, it's kind of like riding a KLR. Then I had an R100 PD, you know, the black and white with the pebble scheme. Loved that bike, but it was kind of a little small for me. My knees were like up to the handlebars. It was weird. Child squirrel. Squirrel. I'm going to change up our ride mode to at least road. There we go. Everybody out doing their social distancing, yard cleanup, bike rides. So we're coming up to, it's not a state park, I don't know what it is, but it's a little place out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin called Standing Rock, and I don't know, it's like 3 or 4 or 5,000 acres, something like that, but they have this huge network of cross-country skiing tracks, snowshoeing tracks, and then tons of mountain bike trails. Some really awesome single track. So moving out here, we picked up some fat bikes. They're just so much fun in the snow and during the summer. Like, we don't even ride our normal mountain bikes now. It's just fat bike all the time. They charge you like $4 to get in, or you can get like a annual membership for like $20, and it includes this dog park, which I'm about to show you to the right. Like a couple 100 acres of dog park here. Yeah, there's people out there walking their dogs. It's a good place to fly drones too. Look at all this loose sand left over. So you have to be really careful in these corners after all the snow melts, because you could just face plant. I've never face planted at this speed, but I don't want to find out what that would be like. I've done it in the mud. You don't even know what's happening, just all of a sudden your face is like right on the ground. Front tire washes out. I don't know, when I first got a GS, I used to ride it like a dirt bike. And, you know, the more I rode it off-road, it seems like the worse I got, probably because I had poor technique. Sand, mud just started to get like it wasn't fun. So then I stuck to like fire roads and stuff, and now I have a lot of fun just ripping around some of these country roads. In a few months, this road is going to be super clean. It doesn't have any of this sand left on it. You can just really rip through here. It's so much fun. Poor cows are always like knee deep in the mud right here. They've got a horse in their front yard. It's awesome.